This video is going to discuss the economic order quantity model for product D in the product sales data dataset. So I've got two files open here, the inventory one template, and then also the product sales data dataset. And so we'll only be entering the assumptions in the inventory one model that are needed to calculate the economic order quantity. So if we look at the section called inputs, we're going to get the average annual demand from a forecast that was created for product D. In this case, on the product D tab, we have here a weighted moving average forecast that was created for this data. There was historical data on product D for 3 years. And this weighted moving average forecast was used to create a 2022 forecast for 12 months. It's shown here on the graph. So we're going to just simply sum up the 12 months for 2022 and use that as the average annual demand because that's what we're forecasting for the next year. So that's 26,233. This problem assumes 300 working days per year, although that's not specifically needed for the EOQ. We won't need the lead time information to create the EOQ model, so we'll leave that blank for now. Now, if we go to the product sales data file, on the tab called Products, we're dealing now with the wholesaler who is satisfying demand from the retailer, and we're dealing with product D. So we're going to use the assumptions on the product D line here. So some of the assumptions we need are the $5 fixed ordering cost, the 15% holding cost percentage, and the $1 storage cost per unit, which is S. Right now we don't need the shortage cost per unit. Now we need to determine the average purchase price for this item. And in this case, this is going to be done based on some historical data in the product sales data file. So if we go there, we'll go to the tab called Sales, and we're going to create a pivot table. And what we're going to do is estimate the sales price of this item based on the revenue and sales from the prior year, 2021. So let's go up to Insert, and then with the cursor somewhere in the middle of the data, insert a pivot table, and we'll go ahead and put it on a new worksheet. We'll create a very simple pivot table to give us this value that we need. We're going to filter on product, and we'll just have sales and revenue as values. And then we're going to just use the prior year to estimate the sales price. So we'll go ahead and just use year as the rows. We can see all 3 years now of data here, but we're just going to use 2021. So what we'll do is calculate the average sales price as the total revenue for 2021 divided by the total sales. And you can see that when you create a formula from a pivot table, you'll see this get pivot data function. But we'll just take the number here and use this number. Now, the one thing we need to do is filter up here for product only on product D. So now we see here $2.40 if we round is the sales price. Now, the assumption here is that cost is a percentage of sales price, and that is over here on the Products tab. So their assumption for this product, over here, cost as a percentage of sales price, is that the cost from the supplier, the distributor in this case, is typically 60% of the sales price. And that's a simplifying assumption, but I feel like that is a good assumption in this case. So the purchase price then from the distributor we're going to assume for this item is the sales price times the 60%. And we'll just put that number in as an assumption in our inventory one model, $1.44. As the average purchase price. Now, to finish out these assumptions, what we'll do here is we need to calculate the holding cost per year. So the holding cost per year is stated as a percentage of the purchase price. So in this case, 15% times the purchase price. But then there's also a storage cost here, and that is on line 11. And that is $1 in this case, but it's in cell B11. So that will be our total holding cost per unit per year. And that's $122. And with that, we have all the assumptions that we'll need to go ahead and create the economic order quantity model.